Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP the Outlaw, here to give you my review for Monday Night Raw, June 4th, 2018. They start off the show with Elias. He's in, Elias mode, giving out basically a concert. And, based off of last week, he got beef with Seth Rollins. Now, they're moving him into the Intercontinental title picture, which I don't have a problem with. I think Elias has that range to go into that spot. He's good on the mic. He has a somewhat decent wrestling ability. He's not fantastic. You won't see him out there doing flippy shit. So I give him, for what it's worth, it's okay. He's basically a brawler, and he's getting set up in a good way for the Intercontinental Championship from a Seth Rollins. Out comes Jinder Mahal. They double team Seth Rollins. In comes Roman Reigns for the save. That gives us our first match of the night. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns teaming up versus Jinder Mahal and Elias. Now, the week prior to this, which again I wasn't there for this week, mental break. The week prior for this, it was Kevin Owens in Elias's spot going up against Seth Rollins. I wonder, because I've heard reports of Kevin Owens being forced to lose the weight or he loses his spot. I wonder if Kevin Owens is not the way they go after Elias. I don't think Elias is going to win here, but it's good to see him getting a title shot, which I wouldn't mind somewhere down the road as you get closer to like a Survivor Series, Elias picking up the title. Of course, Elias picks up the win with a distraction in the double team onto Seth Rollins. Elias picks up the win easily. And that builds towards their feud at Money in the Bank, which we only have 2 weeks of build for these guys. I think if you was going to do something like this, you could have started off with 6 weeks of build. You could have started week 2, started building Elias and Seth Rollins, even though Seth Rollins has been giving us hour-long matches. They're throwing Roman Reigns in there, trying to get some of that rub from Seth Rollins. But he's not a Seth Rollins. Moving on. Curtis Axel. Not Axel, I'm sorry. No, not Axel. Curtis Hawkins, forgive me. Too many Curtises. Curtis Hawkins, he comes out with a jobber, and now his loss record is at 200 now because he got a disqualification. But it was at 199. And going up against the jobber, he guaranteed himself a win, and it looked like they was going to give him the win. But out comes Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin gets a disqualification. He slaps Curtis Axel with a fucking taco. Thought it was the funniest thing they could have put on Monday Night Raw. The taco was only there because if Curtis Axel won, he would have gave out tacos to the whole crowd. So I knew he wasn't winning. And then threw the table of tacos on top of Curtis Axel. Backstage segment with Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. Now, Baron Corbin has been given the role of a constable, more like an overseer, from Stephanie McMahon, based off of 7 poorly decided matches from Kurt Angle. This is building towards what? I have no idea what they're doing with Kurt. I have no idea what they're doing with Baron Corbin. I think this adds a nice little wrinkle to Baron Corbin's character, but for the most part, I don't see them doing this no longer than maybe 3 or 4 months until they decide to get Baron Corbin in a big picture somewhere. I wouldn't mind seeing Baron Corbin go for the Intercontinental Championship. But, they really have nothing for him to do at the current moment. I think this is a good role. It gives him some mic time and some screen time. So we'll see how it pans out. I think he might be injured, might not. I haven't heard anything on the dirty sheets. So we'll get back to that as soon as possible. I'll give you an update on this on the weekend where we do a overview of Raw and SmackDown. We compared the two and who did it better. So pretty much. Nia Jax versus Natty. Natty, of course, is friends with Ronda Rousey, so you know where Ronda was on commentary. Super Ronda Rousey comes to save Natalya after the match after she gets hit with a Samoan slam and hurts her ankle somehow. Clearly it made no sense. Weeks prior, or the week prior, you had Natalya Jax come off as a bully. Now you're showing her as, compassionate, caring about Natalya. It makes no sense. You can't have this compassionate monster. As far as I'm concerned, she's the female Braun Strowman. But you can't have this compassionate monster 1 minute and then turn around and give us what do they call her? Blissful Fury or some shit like that. I don't know what they call her. I remember when Enzo was still around, they was calling her something. I forget the moniker. But yeah, you can't have that. The dichotomy of it is stupid. 1, 2, your storyline continuation from last week. If this is the route you was going to go, now you have her be even more disrespectful, calling herself a bully, making sure that she's on top of Ronda Rousey. Hell, I would even had her attack Natalya after Ronda Rousey came in for the save. She would act like she was walking away, jump back, attack both women, walk away standing strong. That could have forced a match or some type of handicap match in a week or two. Because again, you only got 2 weeks of build towards Money in the Bank. You gotta get people interested in this feud. I know Ronda Rousey's a big name, and you're quoting her as a big name, being a big draw, and that's not the case. That's not the case at all. The name notification may be good, but Ronda Rousey is about as green as grass. Okay, Natalya makes her look better just by being there. So it is what it is. Fucking Ironheart daughter. Come on, man. This is what you're doing with Natalya, right? Backstage interview with Bobby Roode, he talks about his Money in the Bank match and also his opponent for the night, which is Braun Strowman. Now, going into this, I'm like, yes, they finally pulled Bobby Roode out of this ridiculous feud that he had with Elias. And but they just replaced him in a ridiculous match against Braun Strowman, which, again, we'll go over. The match itself was okay. For the most part, it wasn't a lot of wrestling. It was more so a bruiser match, which, again, is just me throwing shit at you, hitting you with vicious forearms because he's the bigger opponent, and getting away with it. But the one spot in this match that I did not like at all was the ladder spot. Just to give you an idea of what happened. They set the ladder up between the ring and also the announce desk. Bobby Roode goes into the ring, taunts Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman comes out chasing Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode slides under the ladder and tells him to come on. So my immediate thought, Roman, just move the fucking ladder. Braun, move the ladder out the way. Braun axe handles the fucking ladder. It fucking implodes into pieces. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe they needed to tell this story. Braun Strowman is a destructive entity on Monday Night Raw, but again, it makes no goddamn sense. If and this is just common sense, all right, you put a ladder in my way, let me move this out the way. Simple as that. Destroying it made no fucking sense. But again, it helped add to the match, and I see where they were going with it. Not saying they executed well. I see what they were trying to do. Last week you had him throw a ladder damn near into the crowd. Had he been off about an inch or two, somebody would have got fucked up. But that's neither here nor there. Backstage segment with KO. KO has a secret on Finn Balor and how to defeat him. That's just pretty much adding fuel to that fire for their main event later tonight. Backstage segment with Ronda Rousey, Natalya, and Nia Jax again. Nia Jax is there asking Natalya if she's okay. Natalya said, I just need some goddamn space. Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax, I think it's best you leave. And again, the segment looks fucking ridiculous based off of last week. Last week, this was not Nia Jax. Now you go into this week where this is Nia Jax. It makes no goddamn sense. Another just mind fuck of a match. The Tag Team Royal Rumble. 10-man Tag Team Royal Rumble. I think it was 10 man. Could have been 8 if I'm correct. But it could have been 8 tag teams. Going into this match, the bell and the announcements are not even done yet. They are so fucking. There's so much of jobbers. They don't even know how to start a match. Because again, you got B Team, Fandango, Dolph Ziggler, outside of Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Titus O'Neil, The Ascension, freaking Rhino and Heath Slater. Just a couple of names to throw out there who was in this 10-man tag team match. Now, you got Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy on commentary. I don't know what the hell was going on in this match. Only thing I can tell you is that, again, the B Team won, which, there's been reports and rumors that the WWE is very high on the B Team right now. So if that's the case, and you're going to do something like this, I would have had the B Team win it. I would have brought out the Authors of Pain after the B Team won, forcing them to go into a number 1 contender match again against the Authors of Pain. Because the Authors of Pain are a tag team on Monday Night Raw. It doesn't make sense on why they wasn't featured this week or the past 4 weeks since fucking Backlash. So, with all this being said, this match, or what they were trying to do here, was fucking ridiculous. Everybody involved inside of this tag team Royal Rumble, outside of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, should be suspended. Clearly, because again, why you make the product look fucking ridiculous? You make it seem like it has no boundaries on what they can do as far as there's no order. Freaking the ref doesn't count. The announcers doesn't count. Fuck, you might as well start the match as soon as you hear the music hit. Just saying. Moving on. A in-ring segment with Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. I'm glad they saved this for the 3 o'clock hour. Sami Zayn single-handedly is trying to save this feud. Bobby Lashley reminds me of paint drying. He's that boring. So, unless if you plan on giving him a manager or some type of valet, it makes no fucking sense to have Bobby Roode versus Sami Zayn, or even putting Bobby Roode into this limelight of an upper mid card. I wouldn't call him a lower mid card. Like an upper mid card. I'm not excited for this match at Money in the Bank, but I am excited to see where they go with Sami Zayn from here. Because if you don't give Sami Zayn some type of title after all this bullshit here, mind you, at least Alexa Bliss had the goddamn women's championship when she did the Bayley This Is Your Life segment. It made sense. Anyway. Backstage with Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns having a backstage interview at the same time. Which, again, why? They're on different sides of the damn arena. And Jinder Mahal said it clearly. Why you just don't come over here and say that to my face? And after not even walking 5 feet, Roman Reigns turns around. Jinder Mahal is right there. That brawl could have happened probably 10 minutes after Jinder said what he said. Roman comes off as a antagonist when he is the other guy. He's not the antagonist. Right. Stupid. You got a 6-woman tag team match with Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon versus the Riot Squad. Now, all 4 women, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, are in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So I can see why they did this. Secondly, the Bayley part, I think, was the best part of it because Bayley came out for the save. She, of course, picks up the win for the match because Alexa Bliss walked out. Of course, none of this was okay by the ref. Kurt Angle said that was a great spot. It was a great match. Baron Corbin comes out in the next segment. Baron Corbin comes out and says, reverse it. That one doesn't count. Where the hell did Bayley come from? She wasn't even announced for the match. You're going to let this slide? I guess I need to call Stephanie McMahon. And, of course, Kurt Angle goes back there, reverses the decision, and now everybody's mad at Bayley again, as far as Sasha Banks and Ember Moon. They are doing nothing with the women. Outside of Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, they are doing absolutely nothing with the women. I am not interested in an Ember Moon. I am not interested in an Alexa Bliss. Sasha Banks is the female Seth Rollins, and Bayley is oblivious since this is my life segment. You literally killed Bayley, who was the next John Cena, female John Cena. So there's not much to say there. And of course, for our last match in our final contest of the night, Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. Great match here. Finn Balor winds up picking up the win, bringing you to the tail end of this match. Of course, Kevin Owens was going for the frog splash off the ladder. And as he went for the frog splash, he felt he was too high, started walking it down. That gave time for Finn to recover. He recovers, hits Kevin Owens with the coup de grace, and climbs, of course, picks up the win, climbs the ladder, and grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase to close out Monday Night Raw. For the most part, this Raw was garbage. Outside of the Finn Balor match and the taco segment, which a lot of people may not be on. A week prior was barbecue, and I didn't think that went over too well. It was like a fart in church. But for the most part, outside of these couple of segments that I just mentioned, really nothing went on this Monday Night Raw. You could easily throw this show away. I enjoyed the match, the 1 hour long match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal and Elias. I enjoyed that 1 hour long match. It was actually all right. I think they could have did more, and if you're going to keep doing these 1 hour matches, put something in between. I think about a week ago, you had Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens started off. Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns came in between the middle of it. So, I'm not going to say you can't do that every week, of course, but try to keep up with that type of setup. If it was me, that's what I would go for. I am JP the Outlaw. I am out of here, you guys. Don't forget to check us out, though, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Wrestling Amino, which we're currently at 202 as far as followers. And Tumblr page, which we're working on right now. We're putting together a Tumblr page. Also, if you have time, check us out on Mix, JP Outlaw 45. You can't miss it. We got some good Universe Mode episodes up there, and also a live stream from my son's podcast. That's right, CS Dog. He's going up there podcasting, screaming, and everything, man. It's really exciting. I'm proud that he's doing something he likes to do. He's doing a Roblox live stream probably sometime next week. I'll give you guys a heads up on when that's going to be out there. You join us for that. Also, we'll be live streaming the Universe Mode probably sometime this weekend. I'll let you guys know via Twitter and Facebook. I am JP the Outlaw. Be safe. I'm going to get ready for the rest of my day. Peace.